This season I'm gonna be one-tricking this champion until I reach top 1. Will I be able to overcome the biggest challenge and become the legend? Let's find out. Hey, we've got an intro! Hello there, and welcome back to my channel, and I'm excited for this season. I was talking about this in my latest video, but I will repeat myself. I'm going for top 1 spot on the leaderboards for one specific champion, and it's your boy Aurelion Soul, the OG version of him with the spinning stars. I know that the Riot Games released the reworked version on the PC League, and it's eventually gonna come to Wild Rift as well, but it's not gonna happen this year, I believe, so I have plenty of time to play with Aurelion's stars. Anyway, I'm not gonna say anything about the build. I'm still testing all of different items and runes and stuff, so I don't want to misinform you. You know, I don't want to come back to this video after a week or a month playing Aurelion Soul and be like, what the fuck was I building? So yeah, that being said, let's go into the gameplay.
You are on the mirrored side of the map. The lanes are swapped. Welcome to Wild Rift.
Insignificance. Imagine what they'll feel when I complete the stars.
Minions have spawned.
So I'm laning against Vex, and honestly, Aurelion Soul's laning phase feels a lot weaker than other champions. You know, I was playing Zoe for a while, and I felt like I can win pretty much any matchup, even against the lane bullies, like Akshan and Lucian. It's definitely not the same here. A-Soul feels more like a Kassadin. He definitely struggles a lot early game, but scales well enough into the late game. But unlike Kassadin, A-Soul have a great gank potential with his third ability, and of course the star that can grow up to the lane size pretty much. You definitely need to play around this. And that's exactly what I'm doing. After I pushed my wave, I went straight up to the top lane, and I stunned Nami, I put an ignite on her, and Tristana actually did a great follow-up, even used her flash, and we got a first blood out of that. By the way, Aurelion Soul really struggles with clearing out the cannon minion wave, so you definitely want to roam after you clear out the normal wave, the one with 2 melee minions and 2 ranged ones. Now I don't have anything to do in top lane, so I went straight back to my own lane, and while doing all this I lost just 1 minion, so that was an example of a good gank. You definitely can mess it up if you miss the timing. It didn't happen this time. So I have my Rod of Ages, and I'm not gonna stay in my lane to push out one more wave or try to gank someone. I'm just gonna recall and get this item, because the sooner you get it, the better it is. It will stack quicker. Then I tried to gank the top lane once again, because the enemies are so much overextended, but that was for a reason. They had Lee Sin nearby, so they were probably setting up the tower dive, but I went there and scared them away. But I panicked as well. You can see that I used my ignite here, and I don't remember exactly what went through my head here, but I think that's the habit that I got from playing Zoe so much, because I was using the Nimbus Cloak. I really need to remember that ignite does not give you movement speed anymore. Now the first objective is spawning, and we have a vision over the dragon. The only champion that is hitting it is Lee Sin, so I have plenty of time to push out the middle wave. And I wanted to go there with my star at least somewhat massive, so I waited for a little bit longer. I got the Nami with my star and ultimate. It's not the best target to get rid of, but we got ourselves the priority over the dragon, so the only way for the enemy to get it is to steal it. And that's exactly what happened. I'm not gonna blame my jungler on it. Honestly, Lee Sin just did a very great job on pushing away the Kha'Zix. So yeah, that's unfortunate, but it's fine. I got myself a double kill, and I'm scaling. So there's a team fight for the Rift Herald. I don't have my flight yet, so I went there from the jungle side. I got the Vex with my stun, but we lost the sight of her for just a split second, so I was not able to put my ignite on her. I had to flash in, and yeah, that was not the best team fight from my side. I missed my star on the Lee Sin as well. But we got rid of the Aatrox, and eventually Senna came and cleaned up this kill on Lee Sin.
Enemy double kill. Enemy slain. Ally slain.
I have nothing to do in the mid lane, so I will fast push this next wave and try to tower dive the Lucian. He's not stupid, he saw us and basically gave up this first turret, because we would otherwise tower dive him and get the kill as well. That was a correct play by him.
First turret destroyed.
Now the enemy top lane want to destroy this turret, because there's basically no one defending it. I see this, and obviously I fly there with my star. It's just so funny to me how they both just flashed out of there. It's absolutely fine. The next time I will go there, or maybe my jungler will go there, it will be a lot easier to kill them because they have one less dash ability. By the way, you definitely want to aim your star a lot further than where the enemy currently are. You don't even have to hit your stun, you just want to cut off the escape route of the enemy. Because if you do that, they are basically at the worst position ever between you and your ADC. But the next fight was not that good. Even though this Lee Sin failed his combo, I then ulted him. I probably should have ulted the Aatrox. I dodged the Nami's ultimate with my stasis, but then I messed up the flash buffer timing, allowing the Vex to fear me and start throwing her ultimate. That was really bad. I feel like if I would buffer this flash, the fight would be completely different. At least I would be able to escape. By the way, if you don't know what I'm talking about, basically while in stasis you can buffer your abilities so they will come off instantly. Like you can buffer your flash and as soon as you exit the stasis state, you will immediately be teleported. That would definitely save me from the Vex. But I messed up the timing. It happens sometimes.
On my way.
Now this fight is interesting because I realized that I hit someone because of this particle, and as soon as I saw that this is the enemy Lucian, I immediately ulted him. We can then clean up the fight and get the 1-for-3 trade. Now remember this kill because it will be important in a bit. So the last dragon is spawning and its timer is perfectly synchronized with the Lee Sin's respawn. And we can take it without the enemy jungler, but we need to rush it immediately. We need to use everything we have on it, because the enemy Lee Sin will respawn and go straight to the dragon. It will take him like 10 seconds or something to go there, and we need to kill the dragon before that. So I'm using everything on it, I'm using my stun, I'm using my stars, and we got it, which is great, because otherwise the enemy would have 3 dragons, and that would be a lot harder for us to win. Now I'm clearing this wave in the top lane, and I can fight this Aatrox, I can kite him. My movement speed from the second ability is a lot more than you would expect. And I can even chase him down, just a little bit. I see this danger ping that my Tristana is doing, and I do understand that the enemy team is probably gonna help Aatrox, so as soon as I put down this ward, I immediately turn around, and actually everything went pretty well. I wasted a lot of time and a lot of enemies' abilities, so my team can come and clean up. And we got a very good trade, it's 4-for-2, but the next thing is something I've already talked about. People does not know how to end the game. Look at the timer, look at who's left in the enemy team. They only have Nami, and we have minion wave in the middle of the mid lane. There are 3 of us, we can group in the mid lane, we can push out the middle turret and get the Nexus. Instead, our Senna just stayed in the top lane. Our Caitlyn eventually followed up my call, but it doesn't matter. Look at that, I can literally kill the Nami under her turret. There's nothing stopping us from just pushing mid lane and getting the Nexus. Oh my god. You know, I rarely got frustrated over the game. I mainly enjoy Wild Rift. But at moments like this, it's like, yeah, the game could have ended already. But now we have to win one more team fight or like get one more objective or something. It was still fine, our late game is better than the enemies. So we ended up taking the Elder Dragon, and with Elder Dragon we can just push the mid lane. The same thing we could do like a few minutes ago, right? But anyway, that's it. That's the game. I hope you liked it. There's gonna be a lot more videos of Aurelion Sol in the near future, because the grind begins. To be completely honest, I would like to start streaming eventually. Not now though, the setup is not yet ready. But until then, just thank you all for watching, and bye!
Victory!